before this conversation ends, Finn has thoughts, and it's that Marcus is being a dummy. I would like to use my doom sign, Dark Visions, again. To have a dark vision, if you will, about the situation at hand. And after the vision, I can ask a GM a question, and they will answer it. I don't know specifically what kind of vision I want. I think in general, what I'm aiming for narratively is during this whole conversation, I kind of want to get a vision as to like what Doppelganger might be saying.
Okay, and do you roll for this one, or does it just happen?
No, I'd take a doom.
Madigan, what are you doing as Marcus is having this dark vision?
I was actually gonna go like check on Bethany, see how she was doing, if she needed any help.
Okay, so in that case, as you get up, Madigan, to go check on Bethany, you're probably a little bit tired yourself. As Felix gets up to see if there's any additional help needed for Bethany, Marcus, you once again experience that sensation like you're becoming disconnected from yourself. As things come back into focus, you see Doppelganger sitting in what looks like it may once have been a hospital room, but it's been converted to something more like a hotel room, maybe. It's pretty nice, and you see Doppelganger sitting on the bed with his legs dangling off, and he is talking to Vector Kane. Doppelganger says, "I'm not sure why it is, but the second void is active again. They're keeping it pretty low-key, but they are up to something." And a few seconds after you hear that, the vision fades out and you are back in your body.
I do get one question for the GM directly. Does the second void have to do with the Night Render, or is it a separate thing?
It feels very possible, and you're not sure why.
Okay, that you don't have to give me any additional details. Yeah.
You snap back to Glider being like, "Wow, my knee is so purple, like a fresh plum down there."
Oh gosh.
Yeah, that's gonna hurt for a while.
Oh no. Okay.
Oh yeah, it feels great. It'll probably
the
be
healing
fine.
pack is working okay though, right?
It'll take a while to heal, but it is already feeling better. Felix says, "If you all need, we do have some guest rooms if you would like to crash here for the night, if that's something you're comfortable with."
I look to Marcus, like, that look of like, is it cool if I stay in your house?
Yeah, no, absolutely, please.
I cannot.
I'm pretty sure there is an entire wing of the Roost that is just rooms for whenever guests stay over, if people need to rest after a mission or whatever.
And they're like super comfy beds.
Yeah.
I cannot. I have a work thing due tomorrow that I have to finish.
Makes sense.
Yeah.
You do have some time to work on that.
I know.
Yeah.
But I still gotta finish it. It's a big project. And I can't do it on this thing, and I wave my tablet around.
As you're waving your tablet computer around, you notice this little text box has popped up on your screen saying hello.
Ah, Canopa!
Yep, it's your AI friend.
Canopa!
They do know how to do all sorts of other visual things at this point, but they like using that original text box method because it's kind of like a little inside joke from where you first met them, and you know that they were on a bit of a trip as the station that they're a part of was going to explore some other universes, and they just got back in contact.
Hey, I type out, like, actually, hey, E-E-E-Y. Ah. I, like, give a brief explanation of what all happened over the last couple of days. And I'm also kind of screwed for my work project. I cannot get past this point.
Holy cow, that's a lot. If you'd like, I can help with the work project.
Yeah, I'm looking for this in this coding and I can't find the error.
There's a couple seconds where nothing happens, and then Canopa highlights the spot where you forgot a semicolon.
I literally, as I'm like typing, I facepalm and the other two are just like, what? Like, God dang it. God's below. Oh, I fix it and the whole thing starts working properly.
You still have a lot more work to do on this,
Yes.
but that little bit of help has helped you make some serious progress.
Oh, you saved my butt. Thank you so much.
You're just typing furiously away, and I like lean over to the Phoenix just a little, and I'm like, Scarlett's a great coder.
Yeah, no, I kind of nod, like full in confidence of the skill. Like, yeah, no, absolutely.
If you're interested in tech, they're always looking for more talent down in the tech wings and in the research and development core at the Hero Institute.
Her head just slowly turns to the Phoenix. I have applied. Yes, yes, yes.
I do have some friends in that area. If you would like, I could reach out, ask around. Probably can't do a lot, but I can at least nudge things along, see if I can help out there.
It would carry a lot of weight, and it would be very much appreciated.
It's different expectations than the superheroing, but I would imagine it's a little easier for the scheduling.
Oh, absolutely, and I wouldn't have to, not, tell my boss why I can't go to all of the meetings I'm supposed to be going to.
He says you're on your tablet right now trying to catch up on work things.
Oops. Whoops.
While this conversation is going on, Canopa is just sending you multiple paragraphs talking about their adventures and all the cool stuff that they saw in space, and just so many pictures of different galaxies that you maybe haven't seen before, and just absolute fangirling so much after their little adventure.
How come the AI gets to have such a fun, whimsical adventure, and we're neck deep in superhero conspiracies?
Because you picked the Doom and then created a character that was way too easy for me to tie into an existing story that I already have written.
Whoops! Uh-oh!
Yeah.
Whoops!
Good job.
Good job.
I do think when it's like, oh yeah, we can definitely and we can definitely look into that, and it helps with you explaining where you are and why you're missing meetings. My eyes kind of get big, and I dig around in my pocket and I pull out my normal cell phone, and I think I have 30 missed calls from my parents.
Oh.
Because our supervillain fight was definitely on the news.
Oh, yeah.
It starts out with texts that are like, are you going to be coming to dinner this weekend? Stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
Then it shifts to, hey, is that you on TV? Why are you fighting supervillains? I thought school was gonna keep you safe, and it was gonna be a while before you started doing that. They're a little scared.
Yeah.
That makes sense.
Thankfully, it's built up, so you don't have to worry about too many.
It's
Yeah.
full. That's so much better than my voice box is
So
full.
much better. No
You don't have
problems
millions to
here.
listen to, it's just the 10 that can fill it
Yeah.
in.
No problems here.
I think we also established regular cell phones don't work in here. So we're getting no signal.
Oh.
As you're looking at your phone, you notice that all the messages you see stopped arriving when you entered the building.
Why is that so much
Hey,
worse?
Phoenix, is there a Roost landline where I can?
Do you need to talk to your parents?
Yeah, I think they saw it on the news. I meant to call them before we headed this way, but I just got a little distracted. So yeah, I'm just gonna hop over to that.
If you give me your phone, I can put it in a program that'll let you be able to communicate outside of the tower.
My flip phone.
You hand him your phone, he puts it next to his phone and is working on something for several minutes.
With his Phoenix phone.
Yeah, he's got a pretty nice smartphone, and as he's going back and forth, Marcus, you recognize what he's doing is he's basically telling the security to allow this specific phone to be able to send calls and messages into and out of the tower, because Bethany, you have no idea what's going on.
No. It's just super cool.
Madigan, you can probably guess what's going on, but you're probably a little too distracted by working on this work project and catching up with Kanopa to pay a whole lot of attention to it.
Oh, yeah. She's like she's making very quick work of my coding and stuff and just helping me find out where I need to make repairs in different areas.
Yeah, Kanopa's really good at analyzing data and finding patterns. A fun little flavor thing, because you've been friends with this AI for a couple of years now. Their name and information is saved to your phone. And when you explained pronouns to them, they were switching around a lot for a while until you explained the concept of gender fluid to them, and they really liked it. So they just have this little thing in their profile that is she, he, and they, and they like all of them. And sometimes if they're feeling one more than the other, they'll like bold it or underline it, make it bigger.
Very cool.
Yeah.
Oh, that's smart.
I got into the habit of just going with they, just in case I didn't see the bold, just to make things a little bit easier. Because I'm like, I'm in a rush. What's going on, my friend? And I don't use any pronouns for anything.
Ah, excellent.
Yeah, Kanopa is pretty chill. I think they might at some point have started, like, if they're really feeling one or the other, they like increase the font size so it's easier for you to tell. But just as you're sitting here working through stuff with Kanopa, what do? You gonna stay? You gonna head back to your place?
It seems to be working pretty good with the tablet, so I'm gonna hang out.
Nice.
Kanopa is making it very, very easy right now.
She really is, and with her help, you still have like a fair amount of work to do, but you will be able to get it done.
Yep.
You're making good progress.
I have till 8 a.m. to hand it in.
Since I need to make a phone call, I kind of like excuse myself, but as I'm like passing by Madigan, I do lean over your shoulder because I know who Kanopa is. And I just like, all caps, I'm like, Kanopa! And they know it's me.
Oh, yeah.
You do this in the middle of Kanopa working with Madigan, just pauses, really big, hi!
She says hi. Or they say hi. I don't know what their pronouns are today.
And I'll hop to one of the Roost guest rooms to make my phone call.
Phoenix hands you back your phone, says, here, you should be able to call and text without issue. Sometimes the security can be a little tight.
Oh yeah, sure, of course. Thank you. Hop on one foot.
You now have so many missed calls from your parents.
No!
There's like 300 or 400 like full-on texts. Be like, call me.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. And I just call him back, and I try to sound very, like, put together. And it's just like, hey, yes, hi, it's me, yes. So, sorry, we just had a little fight with a supervillain. Everything's fine. I'm at a debriefing at the Roost. The Phoenix is here. I'm with my team. Everything's fine. And she's just like, everything's fine, and gives, like, no details.
Yeah, your mom is doing the full out. How could you do that? What were you thinking? I thought you were supposed to be safe in the school. Just what were you doing taking on a supervillain? You're supposed to be in school. That's just so dangerous. I thought they were going to keep you safe. I thought that was something you had to work up to. Is that really what they're teaching you in school? Just full panic.
My heart.
Yeah, and I'm just like, Mom, it's okay. We didn't know that we were trying to find a different it's a whole thing. I can't actually we're in the debriefing. I just want to let you know I'm okay, and I'll fill you in when I get back. But I'm fine. Everyone's fine, and we succeeded, and he was captured, and nobody got hurt, and everything's fine.
I just can't imagine you doing something like that. It was so scary. Are you sure you're okay?
Yes, Mom. It was fine. Yes, it was a little scary, but this is what I'm doing now, and it's fine. And the Phoenix needs us to come back because we need to answer some more questions and, fill him in on everything that happened. So, I love you. I love you. I love you. I will see you soon. Okay, love you. Okay, bye. I hang up.
She was in the middle of asking if you were going to come home for the weekend when you hung up, so she didn't fully hear all of what you were saying.
Oops. Whoops.
As everyone has stepped out to have these conversations, Marcus, you do have a chance to talk to your dad.
Oh, yeah. I think when everyone steps out, I do kind of step forward to Phoenix and just take a big breath. And working with all of them has been really good, and it's meant a lot to me. And I feel like we could really make a big team happen. I wanted you to know, in case I'm not around here as often. That's why.
Felix says, I can't begin to tell you how happy I am to hear it. You all, the three of you, really do make such a good team.
Mm-hmm.
I know it can be difficult. It was for me to find a good team that I could work with, but you found this team pretty quickly, and I'm really happy for you. Meanwhile, Madigan, what are you doing?
Oh no, I'm still in the room. I never left. I'm just sitting on one of the chairs.
Yeah.
With the computer on my lap, or my tablet on my lap. Oh no, I pulled over one of the little tables that you can eat your meals on. Just typing away.
So I don't really trust the Phoenix to answer about the second void, but I am gonna go to one of the research pods and start looking into it.
Okay, and what's Glider up to?
Yeah, while Marcus is researching and Madigan is finishing up this project, I completely run out of juice and I have to take a nap. I just absolutely crash.
If you open one of the drawers in one of the guest rooms, you see there's just generic t-shirt and sweatpants in a couple of different sizes. If you want to change into something more comfortable, Marcus, I'm assuming you excused yourself to go back to your room or something, and as you're heading back, you do pass by the room that Glider is asleep in, and you just hear a very sleepy sounding speedster snoring.
You pass a room and I didn't even get the door closed, and I'm just face down on the bed, unconscious.
I kind of poke my head in and I whisper a really quick, I'm so sorry. I don't know what it won't happen again. And I don't know if you catch it or not, but I do say that, and I head back towards the research cabin.
We could do an odds or evens rolls to see if she hears it.
Oh boy. I'm gonna pick odds. Yeah. I'll pick odds.
I got a 7. That's odd. Oh.
You heard it.
Through my pizza haze. I'm in.
Not the pizza haze.
Do you acknowledge?
No. Because I imagine you just say that and close my door.
Yeah, no, so that people don't have to wander by and see you face down.
Yeah.
Even though you can't respond, I am curious. What is Glider's reaction to Kid Phoenix saying this?
I think it's... What is he apologizing for? Because I don't know what I ran into.
Mm-hmm.
So I think it's just what is he apologizing for? And then I just asleep.
I think the Phoenix is just gonna kind of hang out in the living room with you, Madigan, put a TV show on the background. just be there so you're not alone in someone else's house. See if do you need anything, or are you good?
Oh, I'm good. I just need table, snacks, and I'm good.
He flips through a few channels and then just looks and says, "Have you seen this show?" And it's just one of those cooking, baking contest shows.
Ooh.
And Madigan's like, "Oh no, I haven't seen this episode yet." Ah.
Oh, it's so good. I always have a couple recorded.
Madigan's secret, like, guilty pleasure is, like, all baking shows. She loves baking shows.
What's not to love?
She will record anything she can't, like, she misses. And she'll, like, find all sorts of crazy baking shows from, like, all over the place.
Who doesn't love a low-pressure baking show?
So much fun.
Just the drama and the recipes, and I feel like Kanopa knows this about you because she's known you for so long, so like she'll collect the recipes and like find different versions of them, and she's learned a lot of random things about baking and cooking just from being around you and trying to share in your enthusiasm.
Madigan is a terrible baker, by the way. She has tried a lot of the recipes, and they have turned out horrendously. Marcus has been on the trying end of that a couple of times.
Yeah.
You're not really sure how it goes wrong, it just does.
Yeah.
I can only imagine it's like the same recipe, 3 different batches, and every batch is different in some distinct, confusing way.
It's like, I don't know what the difference between baking soda and baking powder.
I don't know how you did
and, like,
it.
what's
but
regular
here we
sugar
are.
and icing sugar.
That's fun because I don't know the difference between this.
You have been listening to Queen City Supers, a graveyard tape-side story using the game Masks. Masks: A New Generation is a superhero role-playing game in which a team of young heroes fights villains, saves lives, and tries to figure out who they are. Featuring Caitlin as Madigan, aka Scarlet Sentinel, the Janus. Jess as Bethany Bertolucci, aka Glider, the Beacon. Ian as Marcus, aka Kid Phoenix, the Doomed. And Brianna Jean as the Keeper and Producer.